Hello and welcome, beautiful stars, to today's journey. So we have a fun journey today for you. We are going to the Seychelles, a tropical island or set of islands off of the coast of Africa. And we are going to find some nice wonders there. So whenever you're ready, take a nice deep breath and let's dive in. Alright, so as you portal into the island, lovely stars, you are first greeted by a nice, warm, gentle breeze that just envelops all around you. And now you have a choice. You can go and check out the island, go see the locals, all the fruits and the foods that they have, absorb the vegetation, the atmosphere. Take as long as you want, take as long as you need, just to ease yourself from your everyday life. For most of us, it will be a vacation. For those of you who are on an island life already, or perhaps in the Seychelles itself, this will all be familiar to you. And once you are done exploring, you can pause this journey in video to do your exploring, lovely stars. Once you are done exploring, let's take you to your private beach here. There's no one around except you. A place where you can just let all burdens, let all worries go. You are on vacation after all. So you let your inhibitions fall. You let your inhibitions fall to the side. And you walk towards the ocean for a nice warm dip in the waters. So as you approach the waters, one by one step at a time, the soothing sand just curls up and snuggles around your feet. Whether it's day or night, that is up to you. So as you step into the water, you can feel this warm embrace encircles all around you. And as you get deeper and deeper into the water, you take a nice seat and you lean back until the water forms a contour all around you as the waves come lapping in and then pulling out, lapping in, pulling out. Rhythmic waves over and over where the water encircles you. And if you're in daytime, you can feel the nice warm sun tingling on your skin, every cell, every sensation, calming, soothing, warming, without being overbearing. If it is nighttime for you, you can open your eyes to see the stars and the cool atmosphere gives a nice refreshing feel to your face and your skin and your body while the warm water still laps around you. As you take a moment to lay here in the water and enjoy every sensation around you, you notice that something brushes your arm. It feels like a solid object. So you look over and you see that it is a hard coconut-like shell. This nut is shaped in the form of kind of like a circle, but there's two lobes attached to it. It is separated into two lobes, and then there's a divot in the middle. So not a typical nut, but with 2 lobes on the side that you can get a hold of. And it's quite a large nut, actually. It's a good size, almost the size of close to your abdomen. So you grab hold of the size, you lift it up, you tap it a little bit to see if it's hollow or solid inside, and it is seemingly hollow. And as you hold this thing in your hand, information comes flooding to you. This, lovely stars, in the Seychelles is known as the coco de mer, or the coconut of the ocean, also going by the name of the love nut and the forbidden fruit. Forbidden because now it is an endangered species and is not to be disrupted in its environment, not to be eaten, not to be disturbed, but only to be observed and admired. That is the information that is flooding to you. It's as if there's a tour guide telling you all of this. So this thing in your hand is quite interesting. It piques your curiosity. So you have to know more. And it's as if this nut is speaking to you. You are getting all this information, but now it calls to you, and you get a pull and a sensation to go into the forest where this nut grows. So you step out of the water, you put this nut down on the beach, and you put your clothes back on, you dry off, and once the nut is dry, you grab hold of it and you let it guide you like a compass or a GPS off of the beach and then into the forest. And you don't have to walk too far before you come upon these massive trees with palm-like leaves. And there you can see on the tree is the nut in its full vibrant form. So you put the nut that you're holding down on the ground and you observe this tree for a bit. You see there's another tree next to it, and it looks a little bit different. You don't see any of the nuts on there. Instead, you see a catkin, or what we call an inflorescence. As you touch the tree, it soaks the information to you. And the coco de mer nut here, or this tree, is dioecious, meaning it propagates with different genetics in the same species. In simpler term, as it conveys to you, one is considered a male tree and one is considered a female tree. When the two genetics mix, then the nuts form. On the male tree, there's an inflorescence or a catkin that has very similar shape to the male anatomy, the genitalia of the male anatomy. And on the female tree, it's the nuts you're holding, which holds the very precise shape of the female anatomy. And you make a note to yourself that when you get back out of this journey, you can look up the images of the coco de mer, both the catkin and the nut, and you will get a better perception in your memory of what these nuts look like. But these trees are, not only are they dioecious, they hold certain energy as well. They hold the divine masculine energy in the male, quote unquote, male form, or in the masculine form, and they hold divine feminine energy in the quote unquote female, or in the feminine energy. So a bit more information is conveyed to you, lovely stars, that this tree, or these trees, this species, has been around for quite a long time. And being endemic to these islands in the Seychelles, it is the only place where you can find this magical fruit. This is the largest fruit in the world, weighing quite heavily than most nuts that you can find. And as you take a moment to feel the energy of the trees here, both the masculine and both the feminine energy, it feels as if the trees themselves have a message to impart to you. So from the masculine tree, you take hold of the inflorescence and you admire the flowers on the inflorescence. And you take a moment to know what it smells like, and perhaps also taste the flowers as well and see what it tastes like. Is it coconut? Is it pleasant of an aroma? Yes, close your eyes. Let your senses flow and see what you experience. On the feminine tree, whereas usually you can't eat or taste this fruit if you were to journey there physically, but in this realm, this energetic realm where you are, this nut allows you to taste its nectar. And you hold up your hands in a cup-like fashion, and the nut opens itself, and a jelly, fluid, semi-solid nectar flows down into your hand. And you bring it up and you ingest it. But you don't ingest it all at once or swallow it all at once. You take a moment to savor it. So closing your eyes and savoring what the nut has offered to you. Just notice what you experience, lovely stars. Is it sweet? Is it coconut light? Is it pleasant? Is it rich? Take a moment to observe all the sensations that your senses are picking up. So now that you had a taste of both the divine masculine energy and the divine feminine energy, you feel invigorated and also at the same time receptive. It's a nice energy that swirls within you. And you put your hand on both trees. Just gently feeling the base, the trunk of the tree. And the message from the divine masculine that has to impart to you flows through your hand, into your mind, as if the information was going like osmosis through the process of osmosis right into you. And the energy of the masculine, the divine masculine tree here is telling you to expand your horizons. That is its message for you at the moment. Perhaps you are in a state where you are feeling out of sorts, lacking, unjustified, a state of perhaps not getting due compensation, inequality in some form or another, or lack in some form or another, some sort of disparity. But the divine masculine from this tree is telling you to expand your horizon to something greater. And as you do, that will open new gateways for you, new opportunities. It's in the perception and the perspective of what you take in terms of how you view things in life. But since we're talking about the divine masculine energy here, there's also an air of needing to take action and responsibility on your part. That the energy just can't linger around and expect things to happen. There's encouragement to, whether it's in your finances, your personal growth, or your career growth, or your relationships for that matter. There's encouragement here to reassess, reevaluate, and then take actions accordingly. To weigh out the options, the pros and cons. But there's definitely the energy of taking action. And perhaps you're feeling stifled right now because you're in a more grounded, stable, stagnant energy. Is the earth energy that has been solidified a bit too much. Like a volcano, let the fire deep within the earth surge forth and seek new ventures. And the other message is, the wind cannot shake a mountain, neither praise nor blame moves the wise man. And what that means here, lovely stars, is that only you can move yourself and your own mind. Nobody can move you for you. The wind cannot shake a mountain. The mentality and the fortitude that you have is like a mountain, and how you want to shift it is up to you. Whether people around you are positive or negative, you be unfeathered and unaffected depending on how you react. So you want new horizons, you want new income, you want new relationship, you want new people. You are the one to take the step forward, not what other people tell you. So you thank the divine tree, the masculine aspect, for its message. And you absorb this message to be more action-oriented in your life, to take initiative in your life. And from the divine feminine tree, the message that flows forth for you is that as you take action and shift your perspective, the feminine allows you, first of all, the energy becomes more balanced. When you learn to harness the positive aspect or the divine aspect of your masculine energy in terms of shifting your perspective, your feminine divine energy becomes more balanced. And you're able to not only take initiative and action towards what you want to accomplish, the kind of relationships you want to have, the wealth and abundance and financial acquisitions you want to have, and following the goals that you want to accomplish. It allows the balance and harmony of the divine feminine energy for you to begin new wonderful projects, to take initiative and start new projects, or start planning in the way that you, in the direction that you want to head towards, and the things you want to accomplish. And as easy as it sounds, it might not be. So if this is the case in your everyday life, then seek out the help of others. Seek out the help of those around you, your support group, your friends, your network, your resources, and to go further in terms of what you want to expand, whether it's career, love, or goals. Seek out mentors or people who have come before you and are more knowledgeable in the field that you want to expand. That is what the feminine energy is telling you, is to be open and receptive to getting help, getting aid, getting further advice when you need to. And the final message from the divine feminine energy for you is, there's nothing better than you can give to a person than to be present with them. And this is in regards to when you're seeking help. Let any ego or any pride fall to the wayside, lovely stars, and be a humble student when you are seeking out. If you're seeking out advice from a mentor, or somebody in the field that is more knowledgeable, don't let the temptation of assuming you know certain things impede your way. This is all for your own personal progress and growth. So when you do seek out the advice of somebody or people more knowledgeable, really take their advice and consider it without casting it off right away or thinking that you already know whether that advice is going to be helpful to you or not. Do a little bit of research and be a bit receptive about it, because it can really help you along your path. As you let it soak in, both the message from the Divine Masculine tree and the Divine Feminine tree soak in, you feel the energy coalesce. And now it gives you a better sense of comfort. And at this point, you want to honor the tree. So you give it thanks and a parting present. Because there's an exchange in energy, lovely stars, between giving and receiving. So from what the tree has imparted to you, you can leave a little bit of a present from yourself to the trees. And this could be anything. It could be a promise that you make to yourself, that you will learn or seek things that makes you more knowledgeable, or that you'll be more dedicated to your purpose or your goals or your self-advancement. It can be anything as simple as that, or just a daily, I'm going to be more structured, and you set this intention into the form of water in a little container. And once you have set this intention, whatever it is, this is the exchange of energy that you give back to what you have received. And in the form of water, you water the tree, you let the water flow from your container and water the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine trees in front of you. And that commitment, the devotion, whatever it is the exchange of energy in terms of giving thanks. Alright, lovely stars. So that was your journey with the Divine Masculine and Feminine energies into the Seychelles here. But our reading is not quite over. You can choose to end your journey here, but in the union of Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine energy, there's potentially some more messages for some of you. So if you want to stick around, we are now going to look at individual energies and union energies. So the first aspect here, for those of you who are ready to complete your journey, I wish you a lovely magical day. Take care of yourself, shine bright, and I will see you in the next journey. For those who wish to stick around, a flutter of butterflies flowing in here to deliver messages to you. Further messages, if you're interested in knowing and sticking around. The first 4 butterflies here are delivering messages for people who are not in unions yet. If you are single, not partner, or just in your own space and time right now, these messages may be for you. So that is the first group of butterflies here. And for the second set here are 4 butterfly messages for those who are in union, whether it's between 2 partners, multiple partners, or some sort of form or connection. And it doesn't have to be just romantic. It could be also partnerships, familial. So if you are looking for a message in regards to either a single energy aspect or a connected energy aspect, a union energy aspect as we'll call it, then I invite you to stick around and we'll see what messages come out for you. All right, so our first 2 butterflies here for our singles have their messages. Then we move on to the next 2 butterflies. And for those that are in union here, the next set of our butterflies, and it looks like we have all of them. Perfect. All right, lovely stars. So now take a moment and tune into your intuition. Take a nice deep breath if you have to, or whatever ways you tune into your intuition here. Take a look at each butterfly and choose the pile that calls out to you, or piles. The timestamps will be in the description down below. This will be pile 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are for the singles and these are for the couples. And even if you are in a union, you still can watch the singles as well. Perhaps there might be a message that pertains to your individual energy. So yes, take a moment, lovely stars, and pick your pile or piles, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, those who have chosen pile number 1. This is your butterfly, and let's see what its message for you is. All right, tempted. I'm stronger than I think. What is tempting you, lovely stars? All right, let's find out here. All right, spirits. So for pile number 1, please, can we find out what is the temptation for pile number 1 in regards to here? Okay, so we got this one, and this one. So what is this in regards to part number 1? Oh, okay. We might have some more for you here. Okay, so we have the 7 of Swords. We have the 4 of Wands. And we have the Page of Cups. So the temptation here, and there's advice to resist this temptation, to be entangled in relationships or situations that are not beneficial for you. Lovely stars. It's easy to, on the surface, it seems bright, it seems promising, it seems wonderful and splendorous. But yes, it seems inviting, it seems promising, but deep down there might be circumstances or terms that you are unaware of or don't know about. And that's why these 3 came as well. So let's see how you can move away from this situation or this temptation or whatever you're tempted by. So we have, yes, the Ace of Swords. The 5 of Cups. And the Devil. Death. Okay. Yes. So the advice here, lovely stars, is to cut the situation clean. If you do any sort of energy protection, smudging, clearing, cleansing, anything like that, that is an option right now. Actually, it's an advisable action to take. That can also include taking a nice bath and relinquishing or releasing your worries, your stress, all through that bath, or going for a nice walk and grounding yourself in nature. It's another way to release this energy. Whatever seems so promising, so wonderful, so splendid, it's whatever's tempting you at the moment, that seems bright, it is more so, it's a tricky situation that can actually entrap you. So leave behind all hurt emotions that keeps on pulling you back in. It is really time to put an end to whatever the situation is or this connection is that you have got going on, to make a new clean cut so you can build and develop a new wonderful connection in the future, or focus on the connections that are already very beneficial in your life. Yes, so don't be afraid to cut whatever situation that you have going on that's tempting you and keeping you stuck and pulling you back, like an addiction that keeps on lingering. It's time for you to transform from all this and to shift and move on from this situation. All right, and let's have a final word of advice here for you. And I feel this one actually, yes. Have courage, precisely. So have the courage to call upon your strength, to cut clean what you no longer need. That may seem like it's very promising, but it's to clear out this energy, to cut it clean, and to move on, and to transform into a new version of you. That way you can really form stable, loving connections and relationships and projects that you really want to invest your time and energy in. Alright, lovely stars, I hope you have had a wonderful journey with me today. Love your message here. I wish you a magical, wonderful day. Take care of yourself, shine bright, and I will see you in the next reading or journey. Take care, lovely stars. Hello, pile 2. For those of you who've chosen this butterfly, let's see what its message is for you. So we have Deja Vu with I learned from familiar moments. Very inspiring. Let's see what this familiarity is, or what you've been seeing, signs and synchronicities, perhaps over and over again. What is being pointed out to you? All right, Spirit Sword of Pile number 2, please. Can we get some information on what is going on for their situation, and perhaps advice as well for their current situation? Okay, we'll take this one, and we'll take this one too, and a couple more here. Let's see, these two and that one. Okay. All right, so we have the Devil, the Eight of Swords, and the Hangman. Okay, so familiar moments. I get a very positive vibe here, lovely stars, that you are in a state of learning and shifting and moving from your circumstances and things that you've gone through. This is very positive to hear. It certainly has not been easy, that's for sure. There are times when you have entrapped yourself or encircle yourself in thoughts that you can easily free yourself from. But there was some form of energy that just kept you perhaps bound or stuck for a little while. And yes, primarily past and possibly current energy as well, where you are in a state or situation where you couldn't move, or it wasn't the most profitable time to move. So it was the time for contemplation, a time for reflection. But yes, with whatever that was going on, there were shadow aspects you had to deal with, whether it was ego, whether it was temptation, whether it was things that were pulling you one direction or another, or back, or entrapping you or ensnaring you. You are learning and shifting away from it, and that's the wonderful thing here. So the more you learn, the more you see, the more it reiterates the lessons that you can and have learned from it, and it's moving forth and away from that. So absolutely wonderful to hear. Let's see what our clarification here is. We have the Nine of Swords, yes. We have the Six of Swords, precisely. And we have the Page of Cups. Okay. Okay, so we have yes, things that were playing your mind. and it just keeps on encircling over and over. But now we are moving and shifting away from that energy. The choice is up to you, and I think you're starting to see the synchronicities if you have not already. For some of you, you're seeing a lot of synchronicities, and you know the bridge is always there for you, it's always open. You just have to take the step to move forward. Perhaps you're still in a very contemplative phase, a very reflective phase, and the way to go about it is to dive deep into your intuition to see the potential possibilities of the future, what you can release, what you can let go. That may feels like a sacrifice. It's like, oh, I'm releasing and letting go of this part, but excuse me, it feels like it's almost like sacrificing something or some aspect of your life or yourself. But it's the ability to tune into your intuition and be hopeful for the future that will allow you to see the wondrous way forward. Okay. All right, and let's see what our final message and encouragement for you is. Pile number 2. So, Spirit, can we get a final? Thank you. Trust your wisdom. Yes. Ooh, getting shivers here. Double the confirmation. So, trust your wisdom. Yes. Your intuition is highly encouraged right now. Whatever way you access this, whatever ways you perform it, trust yourself, your own wisdom, your higher guidance. That is the way to go forward with this situation. I see you learning, expanding, growing, and knowing the signs and synchronicities and messages being sent from Spirit and from your own intuition and higher self. Dreams are also coming true, so trust yourself, lovely stars, and go forward and shift the energy dynamic in the situation, because the drawbridge is waiting for you. It's already laying out. It's just waiting for you to shift away from the situation. Lovely, wonderful stars. I hope you have had a wonderful journey with me today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful, lovely, magical day. Take care of yourself, shine bright, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye, lovely stars. Hello, pile 3. So let's see if you've chosen this butterfly. Then let's see what its message is for you here. All right, we have happy with my light is contagious. Lovely energy. Okay. So can we see what this happiness is in regards to, Spirit? Pile number 3, I feel like you are dancing in a field of flowers. And that is absolutely wonderful to hear. And if you're not quite there yet, that is what is being encouraged for you. But I feel very vibrant energy here. So let's have us one more shuffle and we'll see what your message is here. So Spirit, can we get some information or advice in regards to pile 3 situation here? What have we got going on, Spirit? Okay, let's take this one. And no, this one. Okay, and let's see if we can get some clarification for you here if we need to. All right, let's see what this is in regards to. Okay, so we have the Hermit. We have the 8 of Swords. And we have the 9 of Swords. Lovely. You discover something, lovely stars. Pile number 3 here has discovered something. Something that moves you out of this kind of energy. It's like you were kind of stuck contemplating something for a while. It was quite troubling on your mind. But in that process, yeah, it's almost like you are so close to it, or you discovered it already, that now you can see the freedom that lies and awaits you. Yes, to shift you out of. I see these swords just fading into the background, and the light of the moon and the sun coming out here. And you're going like, yeah, I've got it. It's like a eureka moment for you. Let's see what this is in regards to. Okay, we have the 9 of Wands. Yeah, something you were working on for quite a while. And we have the 7 of Swords. And then we have the 5 of Cups. Okay. If you were called to another pile, then definitely check that out, lovely stars. Because there might be another pile, another message here for you in one of the piles. I won't say which one it is, but yes. So yeah, it was something you were working on for a while, and now you're coming out of it. It feels like it almost felt like you dropped, quote unquote, dropped the ball at one time. And you felt like that brought you some disappointment, because you were like, oh, I almost got it. Oh, snap, I dropped the ball on that one. I made a mistake. I made an error. I didn't do what I was supposed to do, or I didn't get the result I wanted. But actually, no, what happened is, as you went into reformulation, or repetition of say like the project or whatever, or looking over the details of it again, then you found the missing ingredient or the key, or yes, whatever that you felt like was dropped, and now you have all the information in your hand, all the players that you need, the whatever is required of you, and you got the best part out of the experiment or whatever you were working on. That's why it feels like a eureka moment. It feels like a discovery. It feels like a serendipitous discovery. So absolutely wonderful to hear, lovely stars. I congratulate you on finding that essential piece to whatever you have going on or for your situation. And let's see what Spirit's final advice and message here for you. Okay, so we have practice tenderness. Okay, yes, so at this point, practice. So, yes, you got the missing piece of the puzzle, so to speak. And now it's further formulation, it's further repetition, it's further practice. It's like a science experiment. Once you found the answer, then you retest again, right? To confirm. Yes. To further confirm that aspect. Absolutely wonderful to hear, lovely stars. I hope you enjoyed the journey with me today. Thank you for coming on the journey with me. I wish you a lovely, wonderful, magical day. Take care of yourself, shine bright, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye, lovely stars. Hello, lovely stars. So for those of you who chosen pile or butterfly number 4, let's see what his message for you here is. We have excluded with I need to belong. Okay. So a bit about individuality here and standing out from the crowd. You're not completely out of your element, or out of the waters, just maybe in an environment that is different or a bit stifling for you. It's not where you can breathe your most utter freedom sense of self. Yes, because of your individuality and because of your uniqueness and standing out. All right, Spirit, so can we get what this is about for pile number 4 here, please? What is this in regards to their situation? And can we get a clarification? Okay. So let's see here. We'll take a shuffle from this mini deck here. Thank you. Thank you. And one more from the big deck. Yes, so we'll get a clarification on your situation. And then we will get further clarification or advice in terms of what you can do. All right. So for pile 4 here, what do we have, Spirit? We have the 7 of Swords. We have the 8 of Swords. And we have the King of Swords. Pile number 4. If you were called to another pile, please do check that out. The energies are very similar today, and perhaps there might be more than one message for you. Having said that, we can see here there was a tricky situation for you. I'm getting strong feelings of somebody exposed something that you did not want to expose or be exposed. It's like they posted whether like a picture of you on Instagram or like Facebook or some sort of social media, where they did not have permission from you to have this posted. And it feels like you were excluded in a way because of this. So whatever tricky situation going on, and we'll extrapolate this a little bit to a greater example, but there was something that was going on, that was happening, that was a bit out of your control. You didn't want it to go a certain way, but it did happen, and then now you are feeling excluded. Feeling like you are now put in a situation where you're not the most comfortable. You're not in your element, and it's almost as if we have people judging you now or looking at you in a different way. It's what you feel like anyways. Yes, whether that is actually the case or the way you feel it, it is still very real to your situation, right? So yeah, that's the circumstances of what you got going on now. And let's see if we can get some advice in regards to this. So we have the 4 of Wands. Okay. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Fortune favors flow. Okay. And then we have the 5 of Swords. Okay. So your situation is still a little bit tricky, pile number 4. It feels like you are kind of entangled or marriaged into this situation, or tied or bound to it in a certain way, that can't be escaped. But the cycles of time will roll, whereas you are in this phase now, but it will fall out of this phase soon enough, or over the course of time. It's just a matter of letting it run its course and shifting your focus onto something else, because everything has its phase and its time, right? Even for something notorious, say somebody gets in the limelight or the spotlight for quote unquote bad reasons, eventually something new comes along, and then whatever that was standing most at the front line of the news will become old news, is the energy we're getting here. The wheel of fortune will shift and turn, and whatever things you are encountering will fall away. And out of a difficult situation as it is, some cleansing, some releasing, some clearing will be beneficial for you, as you will come out of this victorious. It's going to be a bittersweet victory, because the situation that you've gone through in and of itself is not a pleasant one. Like we said, it's like you've been ostracized or out of your element, something you did not want it to occur, but it happened regardless. So that's where, but the thing is, you will still come out victorious. It'll just leave a bitter taste in your mouth in terms of what you've experienced. And that's just the nature of life. Sometimes we go through things, and it can be used to embolden, to make us stronger, to empower us, even though the experience itself may seem very bitter, and perhaps is very bitter. So can we get a final advice for pile number 4 here, Spirit? Invite peace. Yes, precisely. The situation is as it is. What has occurred cannot be undone, but what you can gain from it at this point, and it's so easy to say, and it's difficult because you ask yourself, I can really gain something from this? Yes. Every experience is a learning experience, no matter how tough, no matter how challenging, no matter how hard and difficult it is, no matter how painful it is as well, you can come out victorious. It is in how we perceive and approach our situation that either allows peace into our heart or continue to fester our heart with worries, doubts, and anger and frustration. Yes. So the encouragement here, part number 4, is to invite peace into your situation. Let it run its course. Whatever has happened cannot be controlled, or it has happened already, so it cannot be undone. But at least now you can move forward and become victorious. No matter how bittersweet the victory is, you can invite more peace into the situation by your own perception and decision to do so. All right, lovely stars. Send you so much love and so much encouragement to find inner peace within this situation. May not be easy, may be difficult, may be challenging, but that is the invitation for you to do so. So I wish you peace. I wish you growth and victory over this situation. Yeah. All right. I hope you enjoy your journey today, lovely stars. I've certainly enjoyed having your company here and your energy. I wish you a wonderful, magical day. Please take care of yourself, shine bright, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye, lovely stars. Hello, pile 5. For those of you who've chosen this butterfly, let's see what its message is for you. So we have hateful with I release heavy burdens on my heart. Okay. Okay, something is stale and perhaps giving ways to something new here. Alright, so for pile number 5, our first couples here, what is the energy dynamic going on with their situation for pile 5 here, Spirit? And what advice you have for them? Okay, so right away, yes, as we said, something is stale here. So let's see what you can release. Okay, so this is your current energy here. And can we get what pile number 5 can do? What outcome or energies do we have for pile number 5, Spirit? Okay, let's give it another good shuffle here. Okay. So for pile number 5, okay, there we go. Alright, so let's see what's going on for you, pile 5. We have the 3 of Swords. We have the 5 of Cups. And we have the 9 of Pentacles. So whatever this union, this connection was, I feel that you move or shift away from it, taking the best part with you, because there's been times when, yes, this relationship has died, come and gone. It was very tumultuous at times. It was there was a lot of unpleasantries. There was really difficult, challenging times, but you managed to take the best part with you, to carry it brightly, to look into new horizons in the future, to be independent with yourself, and perhaps moving into a phase where you are more just focusing on yourself and being independent. Because this past relationship or hurt or connection that has come and gone is there to challenge and to help you build your self-confidence and your self-independence. So let's see what Spirit's advice for you is. So we have the Empress. We have the High Priestess. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. Yes. Yes, so it is a slow and steady progress towards self-honoring, self-development, self-growth. It's what we're moving and shifting towards. Moving out of a relationship that was no longer, or a connection that was no longer beneficial for you, into a phase where you can really tune into yourself and go forth with your self-development and self-growth and independence. Into a more prosperous phase as well, in terms of accomplishing and meeting what you want. Because once you do the self-development and resonate on a level that is really more suiting to you, or suited to you, then you will come into a phase where the same resonance will come forth with you. Meaning, the beneficial relationship that you want, or the loving relationship that you want, will come towards you once you have developed your independence and yourself to another level or another resonance away from the situation you've been in. All right, for pile number 5, please, Spirit, can we get a final word of advice for pile number 5 here? One more shuffle. Can we get one? Okay, we can right away. Okay, so we have embrace your magnificence. So spot on is the message, lovely stars. So we're talking about your blossoming, your beauty, your full growth here, and your expansion into a multitude of greater vibrational energy that you are. So that is the encouragement for the self-growth right now, embracing your magnificence. All right, lovely stars, I hope you enjoy your journey. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful, magical day. Take care of yourself, shine bright, and I will see you in the next reading or journey. Bye, lovely stars. Hello, pile 6. All right, so if you've chosen this butterfly, let's see what its message is for you here. All right, we have unhappy with I will rise. Okay. Coming out of a phase, I see, and shifting into a brighter sunny phase. All right, so for pile number 6, or couples number 6, as we have named it here, Spirit, for pile number 6, what is their current energy, the situation they're dealing with? And can we get advice outcomes for the situation here, Spirit? All right. Yeah, so I see you rising, pile number 6. And it was perhaps not an easy, it's an understatement here, not an easy phase to come out of that you've been in, but I don't feel its intensity it's not like that detrimental, yes, is the word that's coming through. Actually, and yes, let's also get your outcome advice here. We have 11:44 on the clock for you, meaning your angels and your guardians and guides are watching out for you and helping you to connect on a greater level as well, whether that is with potential connections or with, are we taking these 3, Spirit? The first 2 but not the last. Okay, can we get a final advice outcome? Okay, there we go. That jumped out for you here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, yes. So this will be the final advice or outcome. Let's look at your situation here, lovely stars. So we have the Empress, and we have the Page of Cups. And then we have the 3 of Swords. Yes, at one point, this relationship was quite flourishing. And now it's like, what's the best way to describe this here? It's like it's hanging on just by strings of emotions alone, and you're really pulling and tuning into yourself. It is not as fruitful as it once was. I see it kind of sloughing off and fading away. So yes, that's the energy that's coming through. It's also feeling like you're at odds in this relationship or at times too, or this connection, whether it's a romantic or otherwise, whether it's family or a career as well, right? We're not just limiting our connections here. But yes, this situation feels like it was very abundant, very beautiful in the beginning. But then somewhere along the way, it just kind of shrunk further and further to the point where you feel like you were butting heads, where you were constantly being challenged or constantly challenging, or the situation itself was challenging to be in emotionally. So that's why I see you rising and sloughing out of this phase. Let's see what the final advice here is. We have the Six of Pentacles. We have the Ten of Cups. And we have the Nine of Wands. Absolutely wonderful, lovely stars. So we are shifting and moving out of this dynamic, mainly because you were not receiving the same energy dynamic that you were putting out. And now that is coming into play as you move and shift out of this situation. You will enter a phase and an era where you will find connections that will be very reciprocal towards you. There's reciprocity, there's equal partnership, there's equal energy. That's why I see this sunflower rising out and blooming again, because you're moving and shifting into a period and a phase where you don't have to feel so defensive, where you don't have to struggle in your relationship, where you have come out victorious. And going into a more emotionally fulfilling phase. And in terms of the energy dynamics, those you have around you will reciprocate the energy that you put out. Yes, and this also speaks of past energy as well. This speaks both of past energy and a future energy. This is the present here. In the past, yes, it seemed flourishing, but you weren't getting the same energy. It wasn't quite emotion fulfilling. You feel like you were constantly being challenged. But now, as we shift and move out this energy, as you shift and move out this energy, you will get that reciprocity of what you will get out what you put in. It will be quite emotionally fulfilling, and you can let your guard and stance down as you embrace this more equal, loving energy that is coming towards you. Yes. All right, Spirit. Can we have one more shuffle here? A final word of advice for pile number 6 here, please, Spirit. There we go. Thank you. All right, so let's see what Spirit's final advice for you is. Invite peace. Okay. So you were drawn to another pile or other piles in this reading today, lovely stars. Do feel free to check them out. I will not list which one it is. You can use your intuition to guide you. But yes, we're entering a time and era of peace here, where you can start shifting the energy and wait for the invitations to come and the connections that are to come that are more peaceful for you and also more reciprocating for you, as we mentioned already. So start shifting your mind into a state of ease, into a state of peace, and then you will find the resonance of that same energy coming towards you. All right, lovely stars, I hope you enjoyed the journey. I want to thank you so much for joining me in this journey. I hope you have a wonderful, magical day. Wherever and whenever you are, shine bright, take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye, lovely stars. Hello, Pile 7. So if you've chosen this butterfly, let's see what its message is for you here. So we have tense with breathe, release, and repeat. Okay. So the magic and the wonder is all around you. But are you coming out of your shell? What are you entrapping yourself in? Okay. And all you need to do is breathe, release, and repeat. Lovely stars. So Spirit, for pile number 7 here, please, can we get an indication of what's going on with their situation and their energy here, Spirit? Let's see. This one, not this one. Okay. Yes, can we please get an indication of what's going on with their energy? So we have that here, lovely stars. And can we get a final word, advice, outcome for the situation of theirs? Okay. A resolution or a word of advice, perhaps, for pile 7's situation here. And let's get a good shuffle for, okay, there we go. We'll take that one. Alright, so let's take a look at your situation here, lovely stars. We have the 7 of Swords. Okay. And we have the Page of Pentacles. Okay. And we have the 4 of Wands. Yeah. Let's see. No, that's not right. Give me just a second here, lovely stars. Let me double check on this card real quick. Okay, so yes, I got a slight mix up here because I saw the 4 and this looks like a 1. It's not a sword of 4 of Wands. It is the Emperor, which is represented with the number 4 here. Okay, so anyways, back to your message. Yeah, you feel like something is cooped up. Something is being withheld or holding between, yeah, there's some sort of barrier, there's some sort of what's that word, going back and forth is the best description for it. Yes, I see these flower petals going back and forth, wanting to open and then closing, open, closing. Very synchronistic with the Venus flytrap here, wanting to open and then close, open and close, where the magic is all around. But yes, something is being held onto. So in regards to perhaps this relationship or this connection, there's some sort of this kind of like protective energy, and at the same time looking the other way. So wanting to guard something, but then wanting to share and expose it as well. Perhaps it's a feeling, perhaps it's an expression like I love you, or wanting to express your emotions in a certain way, but then going back and forth like, do I tell this person? Do I not? Do I tell these people? Do I not? There's this wavering energy that goes back and forth. Wanting to fully open your emotions, but at the same time closing them off. And it's interesting because we don't get any cards indicating emotions here. It might be a talent as well. Do I want to share my talent? Do I want to not? Yeah, so keep on going. There's this energy of keeping wanting to go back and forth, wanting to review. But perhaps the situation is tricky, right? The environment or the atmosphere around you, that's what's perhaps perplexing you from wanting to share your talent, perhaps your creation, your project, and at the same time guarding it, because you don't know how it's going to be received, how people are, or how people or this relationship dynamic, how it's going to be taken. Are they going to like it? Are they not going to like it? Or is it something that you can share? Perhaps it's even like an example is a workplace relationship. Like you want to convey your feelings, but it's not appropriate because it's a workplace and you don't know how it's going to go. All right, let's get some clarity upon your situation here. Any word of advice? We have the Eight of Swords. Yes, so it's certainly plaguing the mind. We have the Six of Wands. And then we have, this is upside down here. We have the Lovers. Ooh, okay. So the word of advice here actually starts is that yes, you can open yourself. As much as there's mental fears and worries about this situation, if this is in regards to wanting to say I love you, for example, to fully express your emotions, there's encouragement here to really express that. You will come out victorious. You will come out on top. You'll be granted the crown or the laurel or the wreath of victory, if you will, in regards to the situation, because perhaps there's emotions there on the other party's behalf that you aren't quite certain about yet. You don't know how they'll respond, but it seems like it's a very prosperous and fruitful relationship if you were to proceed and advance and to go forward with this. A lot of the hesitation you have is mental. It's your own thoughts that keeps you entrapped or ensnared. Like we said earlier, when I felt with the energy of this card, the wonder and the magic is all around you. You're the one that is kind of entrapping this tense energy. So that's why the advice is to breathe nicely in, release your fear, doubts, worries, and anxieties, and repeat. Breathe and release, and then repeat the process. So we do see a lot of victorious, loving energy coming forth here. Yes, it's going to be a very stable dynamic. So yes, do go forward with it if it's your encouragement. The choice, ultimately, of course, is up to you, whether you want to further this connection, further this relationship, further this project, whatever have you. But a lot of the mental fears and doubts is primarily in the mental realm and not in the actual realm of what it is or the nature of what it is. You can and will come out victorious, and it will be received with good energy and with stability. All right, so can we get a final word of advice for pile number 7, please, Spirit? So what is your final word of advice here for pile 7? We have clear away old energies. Okay. I see a happy home and a happy future, but in order to do that, yes, we first have to remove the mental anxiety and the energy that keeps on looping on itself, like a Venus flytrap, right? Or this cage here, where it just keeps on, it may open for a little while, or this flower that may open for a little bit, but it doesn't stay open, it loops up on itself. And we need to clear away that old energy before moving forward. So the advice is you can move forward, and it is profitable to move forward. But first, one must clear away that old energy of ambivalence, of worry, and of anxiety, and fears and doubts. All right, lovely stars. That was your journey. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I hope you had a wonderful time. I wish you a wonderful, magical day whenever and wherever you are. Take care of yourself, shine bright, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye, lovely stars. Hello, Pile 8. So if you've chosen this butterfly, then let's see what its message is for you. Okay. So we have vulnerable with I establish healthy boundaries. Okay. Perhaps feeling vulnerable in a new environment or a new state of being or a new energy that you are not accustomed to, but you are guided quite well there. So spirit for pile number 8, please. Can we get a read on their energy and their circumstance, their situation, what is going on right now, spirit? And we have one right here. Okay, we'll do one more shuffle here. Okay, and can we get some more information on what pile 8 is going through right now, spirit? Okay, so we will take this one. We will take this one. Okay. And this is the current read on your energy. And we will also take a look. Can we get an advised outcome for pile number 8, please, spirit, in regards to the situation and the advice that you have for them, spirit? So let's take a look at your final advice and outcome here. We're gonna keep this one here, and let's draw 2 more cards here. This one and one more. Ooh, okay, that is the one. Thank you, spirit. So we'll keep these here for your outcomes, and let's take a look at your situation, lovely stars. So we have 5 with the Hierophant. Almost like an apprenticeship. Okay. And we have the Queen of Wands. And we have transformation or death. Yeah, something you're going through here, lovely stars. Power number 7. So in regards to your energy dynamic, whether this is with yourself, which I'm getting strong emotions for, strong energies for, or whether it's in a partnership or in a connection or relationships with other people. Yeah, it almost like you're feeling vulnerable about this new phase. You are being guided, so do take note of that. You are certainly being guided, but you're coming into a new phase of yourself. That's why you're feeling so perhaps vulnerable. There's a transformation deeply going on here, and it's almost as if you're in this apprenticeship to transform. There's some process, some learning that's going on here. But we see you blossoming amidst all this ground, right? This new ground, this new territory. And we see you blossoming into something that is quite brilliant. Like a trendsetter almost. Yeah, like a trendsetter or something in quite the public eye, or something noticeable, something to be admired. It's a huge transformation, but you're still working your way out there, and it's sometimes it can be a messy process. So seek guidance along the way, but do not fear the process of the transformation, because you're transforming into something greater. is the message and advice here. So it's okay to feel vulnerable, but it's also very much okay to reach out and get help in this transformation process. It's a process in and of itself for you, but yeah, your guides are there to help you along the way. All right, so let's see what our final advice outcome is. We have the Ace of Cups. Yeah, a new state of being. We have the Seven of Swords. The mental worry that you will not measure up. There's something that's plaguing your mind in terms of that, but we have the Three of Wands here. Yeah, see, new ways of looking at yourself. And the new aspects of what you have become is like an entirely new horizon that has shifted. So the final word of advice here is to embrace this change, this dynamic, interesting here, this becoming, and releasing the fear about not measuring up to a certain standard. Yes, you're combining two different elements here, between water and between fire. And when you do that so alchemically, it's the alchemical change and process of who and what you are into something more grand. It is a very vulnerable state to be in when we are dealing with two such different energy dynamics. But at the same time, once they have tempered themselves, then it comes out as something brilliant. Okay. Something that has arisen out of this dual energy coming forth. The balance between the feminine and the masculine, which we talked about in the earlier part of the trip. So this could be a merging, a union of your divine feminine and divine masculine energy coming together and forming something new. Alright, so Spirit, can we have a final piece of advice for pile number 8, please? Okay. Alright, so engage trust is your final advice. Do you see the synchronicities here again? Your butterfly coming through here too, and here as well. So major transformation, going from the depths of the thorns into divinity, and you see the balance between the masculine and the feminine energy combine here and to unify into a greater structure. So trust the process. It's okay to be vulnerable, but trust in the process, trust in yourself, get guidance from your spiritual guides and from your higher self and from source if you need it, lovely stars, and to emerge as something that is quite astounding. So what's blossoming and becoming for you? And if it's regards to relationship, trust in the process that the divine feminine and divine masculine energy of this relationship, of this connection, it feels vulnerable at the time right now where it stands, but it's going to merge and grow into something greater. This relationship, this connection, this aspect is transforming through its vulnerable phase right now into something grand and beautiful. All right, lovely stars. I hope you enjoy your journey. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I wish you a wonderful, magical day. Take care of yourself, shine bright, and I will see you in the next journey or reading. Bye, lovely stars.